What's going on, legends? It's another beautiful windy day out in Australia. Today we're cracking into the 450 build. So I went and picked up myself a 2019 KTM 450 EXCF recently. It's always been a dream of mine to go and build a Supermoto. Finally gotten the opportunity. I'm finally in the financial state of mind where I can consider doing it. So picked this bad girl up. This thing only had 40 hours on it and about 1,000 Ks. So she was pretty fresh when I went and picked it up. Rode it a couple of times. When I bought it, it came with this set of dirt wheels on it. I went and sold those recently. I've already ordered a new set of Supermotos. I'll get into that in a second. But this set of wheels, they're not on there permanently. I promise. They look horrible. They're only here just for the reason of I can still move it around instead of it being stuck on a stand. Now, today we're going to be cracking into this thing. So we're going to be stripping it down to the frame, pulling the motor out, taking the wheels off, getting new plastics on this thing, getting everything ready for this bike to have a full build. We can't have a stock bike around here. That's just unacceptable. So come along as we crack into this thing. While I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you guys a bit more about what's going to happen with the bike, what's the plan, what's the direction of this build. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so another side note I must go and throw in here. Man, I cannot compliment these KTMs enough, how easy they are to work on. If you have a 6, an 8, a 10, a 12 and a 13, you can literally disassemble the entire bike. I just got to give it to them, they're so easy to deal with. I didn't search up any single tutorials on how to do it. This entire bike just came apart so easily. Cannot thank KTM enough for going and doing this. Now we finally got that autism moment out of the way. Ignore that, please. Forgive me. I have my moments. Now, talking about the direction of this build. So, I'm not going all out on this thing. I'm not made of money, unfortunately. So, I'm doing it to a point where it looks nice, it's aesthetic, it works well, it's functional, but I'm not going super crazy on it. So I ended up deciding the motor, I'm going to leave that pretty stock because the motor only has 40 hours on it. It's in great condition, so I don't see a point why to go and fully build the motor yet. So I'll just be doing the valves on the motor, and then that's where I'm going to call it for the motor. The suspension, I will be getting that revalved and set up for Supermoto, then as well as putting a new set of Supermoto wheels on it, and then some small other stuff like getting my engine all painted, getting the swing arm painted, all those little bits and pieces, just tricking it up a little bit. I don't want to powder coat it in this current stage of the build. With the motor being in great nick, having to pull it all apart just to powder coat it seems like excess to me. And if I'm not going to be powder coating the motor, then just getting the swing arm sent off, I think it's a bit too much. Pretty cool little trick for you guys. Here I'm just taking the shock out, and these bolts are there in there tight, like tight. So got my 13mm ring open on there, and then I've got a 27 on here, and you can get any two spanners, put them together, and suddenly you have heaps of leverage. When you push down, when you finally do break it loose, much less chance you're going to go and jam your fingers in there or something and hear a lot of words scream that you don't want to hear. So let's hope this works. Oh, straight loose. For the life of me, I couldn't get that cracked loose before. Oh, beautiful. Now she's nice and loose, and we can continue on with the build.
Nice.
What what I'm doing here is I'm just quickly chucking the swing arm bolt back in, feeling those bearings, see if they're moving all right, just making sure they're not seized up. So, what I'm doing now is, as I'm taking the brake sensors off, it's really easy to go, and you can, man, I'm telling you, you can lose where these wires go so easily. So, just around these brake wires, I'm just chucking a zip tie around them, so I know, yep, sweet, that is my brake. Because otherwise, I guarantee you, I will forget which one goes where, and then I'm going to look like an idiot searching all over YouTube, how do I put my bike back together? So, really don't want that. And let's crack back into it. Alright, quick little bit of a Coke break later. Getting back into it. Now I'm just going to go and drop the coolant out of this beautiful little machine. And, of course, we got the wrong bit. Man, I'm good at that. So, drop the coolant out of this bad boy. Now, I don't even know. No, there's not petrol in here. So I just need something to put it in. Okay. Hopefully this can go smoothly. Good. Crack that. And let it flow, baby. Let it flow. Oh, it's just water anyway. Oh, that's a very anticlimactic. Now, decisions. What do I do next? Boing. Boing. There, but if anyone picks up on that reference, who I was referring to, the cartoon that I was imitating, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see if anyone else watches that show. Tell ya, it's always running through my mind while I'm doing bike builds. For whatever reason, I'm always thinking it. It's just the best show ever. So here I made a really rookie mistake. So I left the bash plate on, pulled the entire bike apart, and then, yeah, I needed the bash plate off. So, rookie mistake there, but we're able just to lift the bike up, get the bash plate out, and then continue on with this build. Enough from me, I'll shut up and get back into this build series.
Coming closer, know that I'm a mess. Tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath. I run. Falling deeper, I cannot confess. Drowning in the chaos, I can't catch my breath. I run. Catch my coming closer, know that I'm a mess. Tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath. I run. Falling deeper, I cannot confess. Drowning in the chaos, I can't catch my breath. I run.
So the last bike I went and chucked the motor back in the frame was a little KTM 150, and I tell you, those two-stroke engines are so much easier to get in and out of these frames. This 450 motor, I disassembled it as much as I had to get it out, but I really wanted to avoid having to pull the top end off it. It managed to come out without too much off it. I just had to pull the throttle body off it and the clutch slave, and then it comes straight out. Pretty surprised considering it is a 450 motor. They're really not that heavy, so I do have to give it to KTM here again. Great product. Finally got the engine out of this bad boy, and man, actually didn't take as long as I was expecting. I didn't have to pull the motor apart at all. I just had to take the clutch slave cylinder off, and look at that, suddenly we have a bike. Now this thing is a lot dirtier than I was expecting it to be. I'm kind of embarrassed about my cleaning job that I did. Yeah, can't exactly say I did too good a job of that one, so not really going to take accountability for that, so I'm going to blame it on someone else and say someone else washed my bike. Now, what I'm planning to do from here on out, I'm going to go in there with a little toothbrush and clean absolutely everything in here. Personally, I hate wiring harnesses. I cannot say it enough. I hate wiring harnesses. So this wiring harness is staying in the bike. I am not pulling it off. This frame, I love this color orange personally, so that orange is staying on there. But I still will be pulling parts, like potentially radiators. I haven't decided if I'm going to go billet radiators or not. But the triple clamps, the subframe, that kind of stuff will come out. But the wiring harness, I'm trying to keep it in the bike as much as possible. I'm avoiding it at all costs. Got the frame ratchet strapped to my stand. That's something that I like to do personally. I don't have one of those fancy stands that goes and holds the pegs for you. So a ratchet strap in there, it does the exact same job perfectly. Can't really complain about it. So far, this bike come apart really well, but I did notice a few things. So, stuff like the engine hardware has corrosion all over it. So, this bloke, he's ridden it through salt water, which I'm not too impressed about. Previous owner, ridden it through salt water, he hasn't cleaned it properly, and so it started rusting from the inside out. Now, that makes me slightly concerned about my motor, because if it's been ridden through salt water, has it had salt water through the motor? To me, when I was riding it, I don't know if I'm paranoid, but those valves sounded a little bit too noisy for a bike with 40 hours on it, especially this model engine. Thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll be throwing this thing back together with all the new parts, all new coated parts. It's going to be looking good. Any suggestions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.